so for the families that tried to stick together, it was very tough. They would go to these soup kitchens. People would stand in line, get a bowl of soup, maybe some bread, and hope that would sustain them for at least another day. You had many people that survived on just basic necessities, make up these creative meals like Hoover stews with noodles, cut tomatoes, corn, and weenies. Put it all together, and it'll just fulfill them up. It's not going to be the best tasting food, but it's just enough to survive. Or if they wanted something sweet, they can make a cake that only has oil, chocolate powder, flour, and water. Mix it all together. It's not going to taste that great because you don't have any milk or eggs, but just something just to survive. So you had a lot of people create stuff like that, and they live in these dwellings, these shacks called Hoovervilles. Okay, these Hoovervilles were basic communities that were outside the city limits, and people would get tin, they would get old metal, they would get cardboard, beat up furniture, anything that could be used to build something just for some shelter. Maybe get some metal trash cans, put some paper and some wood in there, put a match to it, set it on fire, and they could stay warm that way. But that's the only way they could survive, because people were struggling so much. There was no recourse. This is what they had to do. So life during the Great Depression was very difficult, and people were just sick of the government's lack of response. And Herbert Hoover believed in laissez-faire, where he didn't want the government to interfere in the economy. He didn't want the government to intervene because he felt that was not their responsibility, that it would eventually fix itself. Well, that didn't work out. The Great Depression was too big, and people were starving, people were struggling, and people just could not take it anymore, and they were looking for a better option. So they started to listen to this governor of New York, and his name was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.